I have a confession to make. I have read 43, I believe, books this year, and only 4 of them have been 5 stars. I'm not a mathematician, but that's less than 10%, and I feel like that's a problem. So we're going to talk about that in this video. So I had a goal at the beginning of this year, and I can't remember if I put a specific number on the goal, but the goal was to just read books that I think are going to be 5 stars. Books that I think I'm going to like, and stop reading books that other people are recommending, even if it doesn't sound like something I want to read. Just books that are hyped just because, if that makes sense. So I need to do a better job, clearly, because I've only had 4 5-star reads. I will say I'm extremely picky with handing out 5 stars. Like, I only hand out 5-star books if they really, really, like, get me hooked and I'm obsessed with it. It's like only books I'm obsessed with, and I want to be obsessed with a lot more books. I think a good number I'd like to see myself at is like 30% of my reads to be 5-star reads. I feel like that's doable. Like, maybe it is unrealistic because I've only had like 9% or something like that. So anyways, the point of this video is I'm going to tell you 5 of my 5-star predictions, and then I do have more than 5 5-star predictions, but I just want to do 5 in this video. And then I want to do a follow-up for when I have finished all of these books and let you know, are they really 5 stars? I personally do not trust myself anymore because I just read Devil in Dublin, and this is a spoiler for my end of month wrap up, but I really thought that book was going to be 5 stars for me. It just sounded like my perfect book. I gave that book 2 stars. I actually hated that book. So now I don't trust myself. And yeah, I mean, I do sometimes guess right. Like, I really thought Rhapsodic was going to be 5 stars for me, and I even said one of my favorite books of the year, and it was 5 stars for me. I don't know if it's going to be one of my favorites in the year, but it definitely was a really good one, and I did give it 5 stars. So I don't know. So the point of this, like I said, I'm going to tell you 5 books that I think are going to be 5 stars for me, and then I will follow up when I've read them and let you know if they were really 5 stars or not. And I am not going to force myself to read these books right away, especially because I'm not in a contemporary romance mood right now, and some of these are contemporary romances. So I just don't think that would be a smart idea to force myself to read them right now, because then I might not have the best experience. But within the next couple of months, I do plan on reading these, and then we can do a check-in and see if I'm right, and I don't know, figure something out. So I have something in my eye. So I'll talk about my 2 physical books I have right here first. So the first book that I think I'm going to love and give 5 stars to is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I think I'm going to love this so much because I gave Daughter of No Worlds, which is back here, 5 stars. I will just say that I gave the third one I gave the second one 3 stars. So I don't know. I'm currently reading the third one right now, and so far I'm enjoying it, but I feel like this book is going to be much more up my alley than those books. This is about a human who is growing up in a vampire world, and I will just say I'm in such a fantasy romance and paranormal vampire type of mood. So this is one I'll probably get to soon, but it's about a girl who is being raised by the vampire king, and they hold this competition each year, and you get one wish granted if you win. And so our main character wants to enter this competition so that she can ask to be protected from the vampires, I think. Then she meets a vampire in this competition, which is compared to Vampires meets Hunger Games, so that sounds so good to me. But she ends up having an enemies to lovers romance in this book, and it just sounds really amazing. I've heard nothing but 5-star reviews for this, and I really think I'm gonna love it. So that is my first 5-star prediction. Next is Say You Swear by Brandy. I haven't read anything from this author before, I don't think, But this is a sports romance. This book has also had really good reviews, I feel like, and a lot of people on Instagram love this book. And they say that the main character in here is like the perfect book boyfriend. And I love sports romance, and that sells me that he's like the perfect book boyfriend. I also believe this is a second chance romance, and I have been really into second chance romances lately, which is surprising because it was typically not something I always loved, but I've been into it. So I definitely want to give this one a try, and just from the reviews I've heard, I feel like this is going to be a 5-star for me for sure. The next 5-star prediction I have is Mile High by Liz Tomforde. And this is also a sports romance between a hockey player and a flight attendant that works on like their private plane for the hockey team. And it's like forbidden because they're not supposed to be together. There's like a fraternization policy. Also, we have a plus size heroine. I've just, again, heard nothing but amazing things about this. This series kind of reminds me of Elsie Silver's Chestnut Springs series. Just not like anything to do with the tropes or anything, but just the fact that like every person is loving every single book, because the first and the second book in the series have just blown up. So I feel like the people weren't wrong about Chestnut Springs. So I feel like they're not going to be wrong about this series either. So this is one I definitely want to get to soon, even though I'm not really in the mood for that kind of thing right now. I just feel like I'm going to love this. I've heard nothing but amazing things. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about the second one, The Right Move. So I want to read that one too. But first, Mile High. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a 5-star for me. Next is A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. And this is one that all the fantasy romance girlies that I follow and have like similar tastes to have been loving. So I'm pretty sure this is a new adult. And it's about a girl who gets kidnapped by a king and she has to save her brother. And that's all I really know about it. But like I said, I've heard nothing but amazing things about this. And I've heard that it's also a good fantasy romance for beginners. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a beginner, but I would say that super dense fantasy books I don't really love. I feel like they're just too hard for me to get through. So that all sounds great to me. And I cannot wait to get to this one as well. The last book is Black Sunshine by Karina Halle. I've not read anything by Karina Halle. I'm definitely interested in this one. It is a vampire romance. And like I said, I've been loving vampires lately. This is about a girl who gets kidnapped by a like dark vampire. And so definitely like enemies to lovers, I'm gonna guess. And it's also supposed to be a dark fantasy romance, which sounds great. And then in the synopsis, it says that our main character is also a vampire, but she just doesn't know it yet. So it sounds like it's gonna be like angsty and tension filled and dark and vampires, and it just sounds really, really great. So those are the 5-star predictions that I have for this video. And I hope that I find at least, let's say, let's hope for at least 2 5-stars out of the 5. Let's see if I can do that. That sounds like a good number to me. So once I read these, I will be back in a different video to give you my thoughts. That's all the books I have to talk about today. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know what your 5-star predictions are, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.